If you're somebody who is searching for your wife, searching for the woman God has prepared for you, and you want to become a man, a true man of God that you know you can be, then please listen to this video and receive these steps that I'm going to share, because I guarantee if you follow these steps, these 3 steps, then you will get closer to finding your wife, and God will entrust you with his precious daughter. Currently now, I face lust and temptation on a daily basis, just going out in public, especially I live in I live in Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, and they say the women are the most attractive people in the world here. So trust me, I'm really struggling with lust and temptation every day. Um, and one thing that really helps me, this is the first step, is when you look at a woman, um, know that God is preparing someone for her. Know that as God is preparing someone for you, God is also preparing someone for her. And this doesn't just have to be in public. It could be somebody in your school or somebody in your workplace. And you know that you're having lust and temptation towards them. There's somebody who doesn't share your values. And you know this is for a fact somebody who, isn't doesn't have faith like you. I feel like these are the people where this is where the lust and temptation comes in, and you see them for people that you see them first for their body, women that you see for their body first, and that is lust and temptation, because you're looking at their external part of them, and you're not looking at their soul, you're not looking at their goodness, and even it's kind of funny to say, but even these people, like all of God's children, God is preparing somebody for them. So to think like, it's almost like if you know this person is not somebody you actually interested in to make your wife, or you don't think God is preparing this person for you, then know that you might be getting in the way of this person's spouse. As somebody is preparing, as God is preparing somebody for you, God is preparing somebody for this girl that you feel lust towards. That's the first step. Second thing is, God is preparing somebody for you. So, God he's working all day, every day, no breaks. And to think about having a man like you take care of his precious daughter, that's a big thing. It takes time to, it's like, like the father of your wife is like, they will want to make sure they can trust you with their daughter, because you're entrusted basically with her life, and just imagine God's perspective on that is you are completely you're completely in control of your wife's safety and her well-being. Just by being around her, you will impact her positively or negatively. And I think, and especially with this point, is that as God is preparing somebody for you, just try and chase this dream that God has such a precious purpose for you to build a family centered on him, to carry out a mission with your spouse, and to know this is not like God is taking this seriously, and you should as well. That God is seriously preparing somebody for you. They're preparing somebody for you with a mission, with shared values, and with somebody that wants to seek him as much as you are. Number three, something I shared before, is really how to overcome lust and temptation. Is somebody you are feeling lustful towards or feeling tempted towards, is acknowledge that this person is God's daughter. This person is not just a random girl on the street that looks cute, but it's somebody whom God has invested his love into. It's somebody who has goodness within them, somebody who has a purpose, somebody who is valued infinitely more than you could ever imagine, by her parents, by her father, by God. And when you acknowledge that, when you look at a woman and you acknowledge when you're feeling lustful thoughts, but then you acknowledge this is God's daughter, this is God's child, I am also God's son, I am God's child, this is also God's daughter. Dude, goodness and love flows into you in that moment. And you will not look at them the same way. You will look at them as God views them. Of course, you're not perfect, and we as men will make mistakes. We will continue to have these thoughts, but when you bring God into the mix, when you share God's perspective, and when you determine to live this life with God and to share his perspective, and you invite this goodness into your life, things will change for sure. And this I feel like is the spiritual journey that many men are on with God, is trying to constantly invite God into your life, into your decisions, into your daily actions, into your habits. And so number one is God is preparing somebody for this person, the person that you're lusting towards. God is preparing someone for them as well. And secondly, God is preparing somebody for you. And when you think about lusting towards a woman, keep the vision in mind that God, you will have children one day, you'll have a wife. Think about them and make that priority. Is like, I want to become the best godly man I can be so that I can take care of my wife. I can take care of my kids the way God wants me to. And third of all is to look at this woman as not just another person, not just flesh, not just, she's God's precious daughter. She's God's precious daughter. And as you are God's precious son, she is God's precious daughter. And when you invite that goodness and that love into that moment, then you're able to shift your perspective. And this is how you make a change. And this is how you overcome lust and temptation. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any other tips, drop them down in the comments. We can continue to develop this brotherhood. I'd love to see what you guys think and even your perspective on these tips. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a beautiful day, beautiful night, and God bless. Bye.